guys, I'm just getting hunting stuff packed up, and we're gonna go sit in the pop-up blind this morning. I wanted to show you my deer I shot during rifle season. There it is, a nice 7.4 on that one, 3 on this one. Is actually he was actually gonna match really well, but his 2 tines over here like fused together, so that's why that one there is actually so thick. But yeah, so that's the one I shot during rifle season, and hopefully the one I get with bow is bigger. Alright guys, headed to the stand. It is 11 o'clock in the morning on December 6th. We're changing up stands today. We're going to be sitting in a ground blind. I checked trail cameras last night. If you watch my last video, you'll see that there's a decent buck on there, but he's only moving at night, so we're going to go in there. We're going to sit for about now to about end of shooting time, which I think is 5:35 today. That's when shooting time ends, so that's going to be about 6.5 hours or so. So we are going to try to draw that buck out. It's going to be very, very hard, but if we get a decent shot at a pretty big doe, we'll just get some meat in the freezer and let him grow another year. So we're going to be there in the stand by probably at least 11:20. So yeah, let's see what movement is there today, and I'm pretty excited to sit in this blind. I moved it over there about 2 weeks ago and haven't sat in it yet. Just wanted to see what the trail camera said. So yeah, let's see what happens. Alright guys, it is 11:30 in the morning. We just got to the blind, and it's really windy out here. It was kind of windy in town, but I decided to come out here because I'm kind of like down in the bottom. See how the wind was here? It's not terrible, but it's a little gusty and windy. But I was trying to zip up the window right behind me, because that's where the wind's coming from, so no wind comes through here, takes my scent, you know, whatever, and so I can stay a little warmer. And as you can see, the zipper broke on it, so yeah, it's halfway zipped up, but the zipper's broke, so I can't do anything about it. There's been a lot of deer movement through here in the past week or so. Middle of the day, morning, afternoon, you know, evening, night, whatever, so hopefully we'll get some action through here. Alright guys, just a little status update here. It's 1:45. No movement yet, but the wind's kind of starting to calm down. And conditions are getting a little better than what they were this morning. I had a lot of trail cam activity. Pictures on the trail cam around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. We're going to be here till dark, so odds are we're going to see something. Alright guys, I've pretty much decided that I have been hunting way too much this year and not having enough luck. So what I think I'm going to do is, if we don't see anything for the next half hour to an hour, then we're just going to walk all the way around this land. It's probably about 250 acres. Big piece of property. We're going to walk all the way around all the tree lines we can and see if we can just get a deer to move. And then I can stalk him, try to get close enough. Stuff like that, so I just don't think they're going to come out in the open voluntarily in this wind. The wind was calming down. Now it's not really. And I just don't know what to do anymore, because they're just not acting like they usually do in the previous years. They're on trail cam in the middle of the day, right here in this spot right out in front of me, but I just don't know exactly why they're not coming up when I'm here. Either it's just bad luck or they're really, really smart. So, alright, well, let's give it some more time here, and then we'll see if we're gonna go walk and try to pretty much spot and stalk. Alright guys, well I think I'm done. It is 3:30. I think I'm just gonna go walk around, and I got to put SD cards back in trail cameras. And I might actually move one or two of them, so yeah, I'm just gonna be done, and I think I'm gonna not come here for like a week. Or whenever this second rut is supposed to start. But the late season second rut, whatever it's called. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my cameras on my bow rolling, and hopefully we can spook something out and just kill something. So I just went through like almost the entire property, walking through it nice and easy, nice and slow. It took about an hour, but I didn't see one thing. I didn't spook up nothing. Not a single thing. I got all the trail cameras back to work, and I moved 2 of them to try to find the path that buck's taken. So, our neighbor's land is usually where all the deer come from. So, I walked over there and put SD cards back in cameras. And if they come over here to bed, or do whatever the hell they do, then they're going to be coming here within the next hour. Got about an hour left of shooting time. So, they're probably deep in there on the river. There's a big river that goes through the neighbor's ground. So, they're probably in there on the river, and then they'll come in here to bed or something. So, I'm going to sit. I probably shouldn't, because it's probably not going to see anything, but it's only an hour, so we're just gonna hang out and see what happens, I guess. Alright guys, well I decided to leave. I didn't want to sit there any longer. I didn't have any faith in the spot after I got up, and I moved 2 trail cams, and I put SD cards back in trail cams and all that stuff. So I didn't really have any faith. I didn't think any deer were gonna come across from the other guy's land to come to where I'm sitting. Yada yada yada, you know, I just didn't have any faith in the spot anymore. It's getting really cold. It's 28 degrees. The wind was just really bad all day and everything, so I just called her quits. But I'm going to give it about a week or so, I think, and then check trail cameras and see the path that buck's taken, and see if he's moving during the daylight at all, and wait for the second rut, and then we'll go forward from there. Alright, well, another thing I wanted to address was the way I film my hunts. I just want to film my hunts and run my YouTube channel how I've always wanted to do one, and that is, you know, I've seen hundreds of hunting channels and shows and whatever else that everybody just like uploads their one hunt that they go out on where they get the deer. But what I want to do is I want to give everybody the full experience, video, film and edit and upload every single time I go out, so you guys can see how many times I go out and how much work I put in to getting just one deer. And you know, that's the way I want to do it, because most people don't do it that way. They don't show the whole process of how you actually get your tag filled. You know, they just show a bunch of, you know, yada yada stuff, and then, you know, at the end of the episode, you know, they kill a deer, and then that's it. So I just want to do a full series for every year, for every season, for early season bow, for rifle, for late season bow, and then muzzleloader. I probably won't hunt muzzleloader this year because I haven't even killed a deer with a bow yet, but that's just how I want to do it. So that's how I'm going to do it. So yeah, just stay tuned, and I really hope that we fill our tag this year. So I should be able to get a doe, but I'm hoping on after a week or so we'll get these we'll get this buck on camera and see what his pattern is and try to get him to move during the daytime. So yeah, guys, I hope you're liking all the videos and everything. So we'll be back in about a week or so and figure out what that buck's doing. Thanks, guys.